What is up, fine people? I can't tell if the mic is where it's supposed to be, but hopefully it's not crackling, because that is annoying. Let me just make this a little more centered. I need to go a bit more for this image at least. This is a good image. And I'm so freaking late, but I've already done it before, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. Don't remember that being there the first time. That was so bad, but I had more time than I thought. What do you know? I don't know, should I zoom out? The image is already... Whoa, that was a completely wrong angle. I got distracted by how jacked her thighs are. By jacked, I mean large. Muscular. Well, this is a horrible job, but it's like cut off so early that I didn't really know what to do. Man. I also finished it very early because I was kind of just rushing through it. Whatever. Should I change the browser window? This one worked out nicely. Let's see. No, I'm not gonna. I was gonna zoom in. But those portrait ones are, the landscape ones are already hanging off the screen. So I don't think it's a good idea just because this portrait one has room to spare. That would be actually a cool feature. They should do that. Allow you to choose portrait or landscape images. So that way you don't have to worry about them spilling off the edges. Oh wow. That is an awesome angle. Or set of angles, I guess. Given a lot of black and white ones, actually. Let me do it more over here. is way thinner than it should be, but whatever. I had more time than I thought. Man, this one again, it's so boring. That's a new one. It's an interesting image. The lighting is very boring, but I like the image in general, I suppose. Pretty sure I've done this one, but it is what it is. I kind of like it. I like the pose. Cutesy, old school feeling. The whole badoop badoop thing. I went a little farther back than I intended to go, just a wee. This one's way too boring. Well, I guess it's not that. Wow, that is an interesting looking back. It's like no fat at all. But that other image just didn't have enough interesting stuff. Because it was just a baggy shirt covering up the majority of the image. So the interesting shadows would have taken very little time to draw. I guess I could have done it anyhow. Just spent more time. Oops. Hold on, I need to go back on that one. And I think I've already done this one and it's very boring. This is an interesting one. New one. I was getting kind of worried early on in these because they kept giving duplicates. I was like, man, has this site been hit so hard that it just doesn't have images anymore? It has like 5 sessions or whatever to choose from. So you're just doing the same 100 images or however many it is. Guess I thought it was fewer than 100, but I guess you could see this dimple a little bit, but barely. Damn it, I kind of wanted to do the back muscles. I didn't realize I was out of time. What in the world was I doing there? Man, really don't like that session. I wonder why they did the whole devil face on this. Doesn't look particularly good. So is it just to hide her identity? Identity. Titty. Sorry. Surprised this one's not over already, but I'm glad. This one's pretty boring, just because it's so small, mostly. I think if it were larger. I guess not really, it's kind of boring. Because the shadows are basically just one chunk. Oh, what the hell just happened there? Yeah. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Wait, 50 is what I was at. And somehow I'm still gonna be able to finish it because these shadows are so boring. It's just like here, here, here. Oh, it doesn't go that high. It goes, it's still going? It's still going? That's crazy. Yeah. That's what I meant by boring. Like, I could possibly do the little details, maybe. And it would be interesting, but you can't really do little details when you're just trying to get a gesture drawing out. Oh, this is the chick with the muscular arms, yeah. I think that I did it last night. Had to have been. Better I'm just remembering another night. But I definitely did a long drawing. Actually, it might have been a different night. Oh. Is she the one? No, I don't think so. With the weird stomach muscle. That might have been the one I did last night. Oh, this is a very interesting one. It's another one that looks very old school, but even more old school, because the last one was like 1940s or something. 1950s old school. Whereas this one is looking like ancient Rome, which I almost said about another one. I almost said it looks like a Roman statue or something. Roman goddess Venus. Is that Greek? I don't know. But you get what I mean. Wow, she has such a thin pelvic area. You do not see that, and her belly is just crazy. I almost want to do this one just because it's so different to see someone that thin, at least in that way. And it's not a bad image either. But it's not the most interesting one. In many other ways. Oh, clearly I made that too close together, but what are you gonna do? Getting pretty good images. Another good session. Last night was a good session. Wow, that's interesting. Her forearms are so much smaller than her hind arms. I can't tell what's the hair and what's the body, but I think it's like that. Whatever. Yeah, this one's pretty boring, but I guess the pose is kind of cool. Basically lines there anyhow. Oop, what did I do? Nope, I don't know what I just did. Whatever that was, I wish I didn't do it. Can I just go backward? Okay, I think I've undone it. I'm skipping this image because it was ugly anyhow. This chick kind of looks like Kristen Kirk. A little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. In the face, I mean. There are a lot of freaking direction changes there. On that back, it's like in and then out and then in and then out and then in and then out and then in. It's a little bit with the rib cage there, but belly's mostly flat. Man, some pretty good images as far as lighting is concerned. I'm not used to this. Same thing yesterday. A lot of them were really interesting because of the lighting. It was the worst head ever. Not really. I've seen some heads I've done. And they're like this small, and then the body's like torso. Oh man. I mostly just go for head placement, not really size. She has the back rib thing going on too. This one's so boring compared to all the stuff I've been getting. This one's a little more interesting. More of a classic painting pose. Nice hair too. Even though it's covering up some of the interesting stuff, but there's still plenty. Even with it, plus the hair is nice. It's not just coming straight down. Locks are overlapping and there's some waviness. Just a little bit of that. And down. is really interesting. And the butt dimples, or whatever you want to call those. But the lighting is interesting. I didn't realize I had this much more time. Much. Oh, that was the last one. I don't know what to do. Man, I had some interesting ones. It was a good session. That went by quickly. I mean, if I think back on it, I definitely did a lot of images, but am I gonna do the Roman one because that belly is so different looking? Like the way it dimples in underneath her belly button. It's almost like on one side. It looks so weird. And that hip bulge is pretty large. It's cool looking. What was the other one I was thinking before that? The cheerleading one's kind of cool, but not really. It's more of once you're done with the gesture, you're done. The one with the two mannequins. It's good, but I don't know that it's interesting enough. Crazy back muscle one. It's interesting underwear. Can't tell if they're men's briefs or not. Anyhow, man. This is another one of them. Like, let's go through. 1, maybe even 2, 3. Oh, that's the other one. Maybe 4, 5. I mean, it's probably more than half of the images I would be okay with drawing for 20 minutes. So let's stick to the 2 old school one. No, wait, that's not... Oh, this is the first one I said was almost... looks like a Venus statue or something. Oof. The pose is pretty boring, though. It's very natural looking, but... I think I'm gonna go with the caved-in belly, just because it's so unique. I have to do it. It's a must. Is this the... No, it's not the bald chick. Looks like a wig, but... I mean, she might be bald, but it's not the one I initially thought when I was like, this chick looks bald. It's definitely not that bald chick there. This one's very different. So I'm at the top. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it. Actually, I can make this brighter. the hair's pretty hideous. Or whatever. I'm assuming it's a wig, but maybe it's not. But it's definitely hideous. I love the placement of the arms. It's so delicate looking. It's definitely way too thick, but do I care? I don't know. Man, I screw that up so much. This looks so bad. To be fair, this is one of the weirdest looking bodies I've ever seen. Yeah, I totally messed that up so badly. What are you gonna do? the body close enough in proportion, though? This probably goes too far. Should probably be here. It's not far off there. The way her butt pokes out down here, just so different. So freaking different. It's like tiny, but highly extended. No. Yeah, I'd say body-wise it's looking good enough for now. I guess I could zoom back in. Although the image isn't this zoomed in, but now it is. It's just not very high resolution to be zoomed in this far. That doesn't match up. I don't know if it's because the neck should be bigger, or if the shoulder went out too far. But I'm gonna guess it's the former. Because the neck and head area were definitely looking too small compared to the body when I was zoomed out. Man, this shoulder is so bony. It's also seems to be way too big here, but I don't know. Alright. What time is it? I mean, the video. Holy crap, I've almost hit 40 minutes and I've done nothing. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I'm an idiot. Browser, Krita. There's such a cool shadow here. Even though I could barely see it because of the resolution, and I don't know that I have enough control over this pen, but it just makes it look really rounded, and it looks awesome. Let's undo that. Can't really get the cool lines because it's so blurry, but I think there's some cool lines that I just can't really see. Oh well. Screwed that up too. It's kind of annoying. I don't even really know what I did wrong. Let's just make it bigger for now. Since that's probably what's wrong. Where the heck is my... froze up. Wish this image was higher resolution. But whatever. wish I didn't screw it up as much, because then all of its weirdness would be more apparent. Or I guess it wouldn't necessarily be more apparent, but yeah. I would be able to blame the weirdness on the image and the model. Not that she's to blame, but you know what I'm saying. Blame it on how she looks instead of just on me having screwed it up so badly. She looks awesome, by the way. So it's not an insult. It's just that she looks very unique. At least in this particular image. Doing? Why'd I stop there? It goes all the way in. I need to check the time again because it was already 40 minutes. I don't really want it to be like 1:20, 1:15. I know I already made one that's like 1:10, but kind of trying to avoid that. Originally, I was trying to keep them under an hour, but okay, it's only 45. Not great. But could have been worse. Another pretty cool shadow, where it's like bright all the way up, and then like right here on the edge it goes into shade. Really gives it a form. The third dimension. But I'm not really going to be able to pull it off in a meaningful way without going very accurate, which I don't have enough time to do because I'm not that good. Pretty sure there's a blending tool. Is it? No, that's airbrush. I don't think it's here. What is this? Eraser? Soft eraser? Pop up. Can I stop shaking so that it can pull up? Yeah, soft eraser. Guess that one's the hard eraser. Need to get this hip bone too. The hip bone's so cool. Protrudes so much. And it's kind of in shadow because it protrudes so much that it starts casting a shadow on itself. This is too wide, I think, but whatever. Highlight here. Let me scroll down on the image. I don't know why I was keeping the head in the image anyhow. I think I'm done with the head. Not that it looks good at all, but a little bit of a shadow here for the muscle, which is interesting. Whatever. I don't know. Probably gonna look like crap. Looks like crap right now, so don't think it's gonna get much better zoomed out. But I am feeling a need to hasten this procedure. The freaking belly's so weird. Maybe she had a liposuction. Maybe that's why I never see something like this. That's probably what it is. Why didn't I think of that sooner? Well, it's way too big over here. It's actually... I'm gonna go back. It's actually more like this is still brighter than that. And the belly button is so thin that you can't even really see a button. I think it's right there a little bit, but it's also a low resolution, so it's kind of hard to see, but it looks more like a slit than a belly button. Oops, didn't want to go that far with that brightness. Wanted to get some roundness by keeping it brighter where it protrudes the most. Definitely went way too far over here. Or not far enough. Like I would, this area is too wide or something. Yeah, I think it's gotta be, I don't know. Yeah, I think this should probably be more like there. And I can't really tell if it's going in, but I think it goes in after the rib cage. And then pops back out for the hip. But I'm just going off of assumptions. Because it's too low resolution for me to tell for certain. But this like weird area here, which is just really bright, well it's not that bright, but way brighter than you'd expect because it pops out more than you'd expect. Fades out up to the hip, I'm assuming. And then the belly, which just comes like straight down, like there's no bumps for the abs. It's so weird. I really can't get over how unusual this is. But this whole area, the abs, it's just like a flat line, but then a pretty dark separation here. And then the belly button's like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Now that I look at it, the hip bone kind of has a highlight that goes up into the rib cage. And then this, and this are like the brightest images, I mean brightest parts of the image. Anyhow, I think I'm done. I thought I was gonna do better. I didn't. But I need to calm down with the freaking highlights. Oops, I looked away. Didn't realize I was already erasing. I think that's what hurt me. No, I didn't want to go that dark, but this actually protrudes quite a bit. Extend this quite a bit. I mean, I didn't do a good job with the size, like the belly button should probably be lower. But as far as capturing some of the weirdness of it, I didn't do a terrible job. Let me zoom out again on the image. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because that's all I can cover. So never mind, I guess I'll leave it. No, I'm gonna zoom out so I can see her more fully. Yeah, didn't get the thinness of the legs. Legs are quite thin. Oops, oh well. What are you gonna do? Let's make this bigger. I don't know why I have it so small. It's just gonna make everything uglier than it should be. This like highlight here is just so thin. It's so unexpected. It's like, how are the abdomen muscles, if they exist, so small? And it's pretty freaking bright highlight. Like, this is a very bright area. Doesn't quite meet together here, but like it's definitely too thick here in my drawing. And yet it still looks tinier than it should be. Or tinier than you would expect it to be. It's so unusual. Whatever. I'm just gonna ride with it. It's not fully capturing the weirdness. But it's okay, I just want to finish it. Well, screwed that up, but this needed to get darker anyhow, just not with that weird line in it. Whatever. I also never finished or never drew this, which is why I couldn't really tell what was going on with the rib cage area. I really wish I didn't screw it up as much, but at the same time I did capture the weirdness of it. Really don't understand how there's such a weird, dark, deep shadow here. Because, like, you'd expect it to be in line with that. But it's not. It's on the right side. Why is it on the right side? And I love this, like, hip shadow. And highlight, and then whatever this thing is called. It's also, actually that looked better when I had it, but not necessarily more accurate. And then, like, what is this? Why is this protruding so much? It's more of a V than I'm showing here, like... It's this whole area just protrudes like that. And then goes up into here, obviously. Anyhow. It is very unusual. I didn't want to go that much. Oops. Didn't want to go that dark. Well, it's still too dark, but whatever. Just wanted to get that shadow in. That whole thing is also pretty weird. But whatever. I didn't do a great job. But at the same time, it's a very unusual image. So it might not be as bad as you think it is. Unless you've seen the image. In which case, I guess it is as bad as you think it is. Alright, I'm done. How long is it? Okay, 1:10. Longer than I wanted. I was hoping it was barely over an hour. Krita. I guess I don't need to go to Krita to stop the video, but that's it.